Galindo here from Metalore and Is Radio, coming at you live at CES 2023, live on Instagram here. I was trying to go live on YouTube on one of my channels, but the stream is really bad, so I decided I'd just start using the live stream here on Instagram, get a better shot. Now, one of the reasons why we're going live today is I want to give you just a quick look at all the metaverse technology. Now, I know there's hundreds of technology companies here, from automakers to food processing to televisions, etc. But one of the coolest things for me is definitely coming out to look at the new technology of metaverse and augmented reality in the gaming world. So this is kind of why we're doing the live stream today. I want to take you through, it's a big space, I would say the size of a football field, just for metaverse stuff. So we're going to flip the camera here and I'm going to show you a little bit of what's going on. Let me do a quick tour now. Here's me wired up. I got to make sure all my stuff is charged. So I'm going to flip the camera so you guys can kind of see what's going on, some of the technology happening right now here at CES 2023 Las Vegas. And let me flip this camera. All right, so basically going in right here is this is the Incheon Airport, and I guess this is in Seoul. And one of the things about this airport is the AI technology when it comes to how they run things, how security works, and so on in the area. So, but that's not why we're here. We're here for VR. So let's go to VR. All right, so we are now looking at Somnium VR1, and you can look at their headset right there. Now, their headset, when I tried it on today, reminds me of an older style, top-heavy Quest Go. That's kind of what it looked like to me. One of the things about this headset is it does have a battery life in the back of 2 to 4 hours. And let me take you guys over to one of the chairs where you have full motion and mobility of the entire setup. Now for this one, they are using a higher end tech headset, as you can see right there. High-end computer and all of this stuff. So we're going to take a look at that and see what the difference of this headset versus the other one I was showing you guys a minute ago. Also, let me know if you guys can hear me. It is very loud in here, so I'm trying to broadcast through my iPod earpods. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. And I don't know if the quality of sound is great or not. So we're looking at all the different style technology of headsets today. Now, I'm going to walk you over to one of the up-and-coming companies that is pretty amazing. I had a great interview with them, and it's called Pimax. Now, Pimax is out of Korea, so they are a great company. They have some great headsets. The cool thing about the headsets is that, and you know what, I might as well just show you. I got to show you how cool this is. So all of you that are gamers, you know, Nintendo gamers, etc., you see these kind of devices here. The cool thing about these devices is they actually come apart and get pulled apart magnetically and go into an actual headset. I'm going to have somebody show that in a second for you guys, but the cool thing about this is these magnets come right off of these devices and then they slide into it. Think of the old style headsets where you would put your phone inside, only it is 4K crystal technology, and I'm going to see if one of them can actually showcase it going into the device. So we're going to go in over here for a minute, and I'm going to pick up one of these devices. Now the retail price on this is the equivalent to the Quest 2. It's about $300, but you see the slot on this? The slot on this is actually to be able to put this device. So say you're playing a game, and this is Android-based game. So you're playing a game. Now, when you're wanting to sort of have a VR experience, you can take this Android game device apart, and once it comes apart, then these get connected to the Oculus, well, I call it the Oculus, but really the VR controller. And from the VR controller, then it goes into this device that really gives you the technology of a gaming unit as well as having the VR unit. Now, this is again on the lower end. This device here is about $200. That's about another $150 just as a case. So you're spending about $300, $400 on that. in regards to being able to put that together. Now, they do have the higher end VR headsets over there that we'll go look at in a minute. But I really wanted to kind of look at the different ones that they have on here and seeing how they get put together. He's actually got one right here where he's got that connected. Now the device in here, and we'll see if he can go for a minute. And we'll see how it transforms, as I call it, back into a device. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute and see how that works. I'm going to wait a second, see if we can ask him for a minute. Now, so he's actually showcasing again this type of unit, and in this type of unit here, what it'll happen is when you're taking it apart like this, these devices, well, they're supposed to come off. I don't want to break it. So, they connect to this controller. They attach to these kind of devices right here. Once that is connected, then this little brick LCD window then goes into this unit right here. So in showing that in a better shot, let me spin over here. And you can see this is the device I'm talking about, and it comes apart and goes into this unit right there. There's the unit connected, slide right in. That device alone then becomes a full VR experience when you're trying to look at that in real time. Now again, Pimax is the name of the company there, and we're going to actually walk over to some of the people that are using the devices right now. So we've got one of them over here. Now, one of the things I do notice is another top-heavy device. It's crystal 4K technology, so it's very high-end. And one of the cool thing about that is they're using the Android experience on that. Being able to put your own emulators, connecting it to Steam and things like that is really amazing. But again, when I tried that earlier today, it is a very, very heavy device. Here's a good shot of somebody using it. It is working, but one cool thing they do is the back end has swappable batteries. They're probably the size of like an iPhone, and you get two of those when you get your kid. So they're 2.5 hours long. You can take the battery out, and then you can swap another one in, and you get a full experience. But you notice how big the front end is now. Trying it out is very submersive because it's all around you and it goes into your headphones and all of that. So it's really cool, but it is very top heavy. And so we'll just kind of see on that. See if we have controllers are really neat. The controllers look like Arrow type of controllers, and you can see how those look as well. So we're going to actually come over to another area. So we're going to kind of give it to now. This one here, this is called the holographic human. This is what you're going to start seeing in places like Seoul and Korea, down in Japan and all of that, where they have these now. Hard to see on the phone, but really the display is a bunch of digital fans spinning really fast, giving you an LED display, 4K style. You also see the birds that are up there. Those are animated fans that are creating that animated view. Even the displays you're seeing over here in a second, all of those are fast spinning fans that are creating an LED effect. Think of putting like a bunch of LED lights on a tire and seeing that spin. So we're going to continue on here on different things. Again, this technology is really more for advertisement in big billboards, big cities, places like Las Vegas and things like that. We're going to go a little further. I'm going to take you guys to actually a fun spot right here, right now. Now this is right here, Stern Pinball. Stern Pinball has been around for a long, long time. And one of the cool things about Stern Pinball is their now connectivity with digital display. So you can see the original classic style pinball, but you also see now with the digital screen. Now they're giving you that, and that is wirelessly giving you a connection to a leaderboard. So you can have these basically in your arcade around the world, and all of these are going to be giving you a leaderboard, especially if you're playing it anywhere, basically. All right, I'm going to go over to the leaderboard right here, and we'll look at the CES leaderboard. And we'll notice here, it shows the game, it shows what's being played, and as you can see, there are some network cables down there, so you can see how these are connected across the board. So now we're going to go to something really interesting. Zorbiz. Zorbiz is a very interesting unit. It is a robot that is transcribing and sketching pictures. It's an AI robot that looks at you with its camera and then draws your face. Now, I know it sounds very weird, so we're going to see if we can get a shot of it.
I have been moving quickly and can process the data in just 30 seconds.
So what it's doing is, I'm going to try to get a better shot. So as you can see with that technology right there, the robot is actually looking at something. You can see the board right here, and then sketching it out in real time. So that is Zorbiz. Now we're gonna go to someplace fun. This is actually one of my favorite places. You can see right here, if you can guess, this is My Arcade. They've been around for many years, and they are the creators of those mini arcades that you would have in your living room, in your kitchen, in your car, if you just have a little tiny arcade you're playing, handheld devices and things like that. What's cool is they have partnered with licenses with Atari, so they are now able to sell Atari type licensed video games across the board. One of the cool things they have done is this is the new mini arcade, which has 100 plus licensed games. This is an original joystick arcade. And now we're about to get into the new Atari that just came out. It's at about $150-ish. This is the new Atari. Now the new Atari's new joysticks, which is really cool and innovative throwback to the classics, is these. And you've got the little 100 game that you pocket arcade that you can take with you, and mini arcades. So those are the new things that just came out. Now one of my favorites that I'm looking to buy right away, which will be in the next couple of months, is going to be the Galaga large joystick arcade game.
You guys marketing or sales?
Sales.
You know what? Okay.
And one of the things about that is you've got a full handheld joystick with a mini game. So imagine being able to play that in real time. That is cool. Instead of using the little tiny joysticks that you can still buy and the handheld, now you've got a larger style one. Pac-Man is also another one that just came out for them because they have it licensed now, and you can actually get those in the next month or two coming out as well. So these are now licensed by them. And again, it just goes through every Atari game out there. Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, and so on. So we've got a lot of those coming out. One of the cool things I did notice is they also now have Capcom type games, which is really neat. So we've got Capcom and Atari right there, and you're able to now play those games as well. So now we're going to switch back over to OWL haptic gaming system. OWL really makes you feel the games. Everything you're playing and doing, you can actually feel the game mode on that. So we're going to go here to this guy right here. As you can see, he's just using the Quest 2 on that, and he looks like he's just playing a arrow type thing. Yeah, so it's like shooting an arrow. But over here on this side, we're looking at the very thin vest. It's very like soccer oriented, very well driven for sweating and things like that. You can see he has one on right there, and he is feeling the information that's traveling from the game when he gets shot and things like that, and it's being felt in his body, in his chest, wearing that. So can't wait for them to start making underwear, and then you're going to start feeling it in your junk too. So anyway, so you can see right here, this is the OWL. Basically the shirts, the haptic system that you can wear. A lot of companies you'll see that are always having vests and things, and they're pretty heavy, but this one alone is actually a very thin layer material. And yes, it's wired so you can see and feel the wires inside your shirt, but it's another one that is really, really, really cool. So we're going to now switch gears over to May. May is a company that makes components for VR. They don't make VR headsets, but they make components for VR. So all the technology built into it is one of those there. So some of the headsets that they have are just ones that they are concept made for different companies and things like that. So it's one of those things that they're just showing you technology, the crystal technology, digital lenses that they're using as well. Hi! Yay! So anyway, so here's some of the technology that you'll see on here. All the digital pixels that you see on it, all the LCD, all the crystals, shooting through that as well, and you put it into that bright screen right there. So that is one of the cool technologies that May is coming out with. So we are very excited to see what they have coming up. Now, one of the favorite loved one right now is B-Haptics. B-Haptics is another one that is really, really fun, really, really enjoyable. Now, what's cool about that is haptics and technology on that uses vests, gloves, any type of technology that you're seeing to feel more immersive on that. So one of the things that you'll notice is you're going to notice the hand pads, the knee pads, and things like that. They're going to make you really feel the game to where you're fully immersed in that as well. So the connection on here being that it syncs up when you suit up, and then you feel every beat, every hit, and everything on that. So I'm gonna move this up so you can get a feel. So the cool thing about that technology is, again, we're trying to get more immersive in regards to being able to understand how your brain will think that you are still in a reality that you are really not. So we're going to go over here for a second, and we're going to record them from the side. Sorry about that, I was trying to adjust the cable. Okay, so we're going to switch gears now. Now, one of the biggest companies here is Magic Leap. Magic Leap has been around for many, many, many years. They've done everything from keyboards to eyewear to computer connected devices. Now, Magic Leap has not really dove into the VR environment just yet, but they are getting into optic environment, augmented reality and things like that. So we're going to be looking a little bit at what they've got going on there in a few seconds. But before we go in there, let's look over at Haptic one more time over here. Haptic is another one like B-Haptics. And again, this is also for virtual reality and things like that. Now look at this one here. This one here actually is using a full immersed glove experience, but it is connected to a device in the back as a backpack. Now obviously that's something that you really are getting a full immersive experience. You've got audio, visual, you are feeling every motion in your fingertips, and also you've got this gigantic backpack that's giving you a full immersive body experience as well. So this is another one that you'll see coming out, bringing a lot of lifelike touch for virtual environments. You know, you want to pet a cat, you want to pet the tree as he's doing it right there, and you're actually feeling the touch of the tree, feeling a cup, whether it's a hot cup or a cold cup. These are very immersive, realistic style virtual environments that are felt by the technology that they're using. Now, I know that is a little bit on the that's a lot to wear kind of thing, which it is, but it's a really, really cool something to look forward to. So let me kind of also throw you guys over at CoinDesk. This is one of the studios that they're using for interviews and basically to talk to CEOs of the companies here. So this is kind of what it looks like, and you guys can kind of see a little bit of how the studio is made, just in a, probably 12 by 12 square on that one. It's a Web3 studio. So let's dive over back to Magic Leap again. Now, what's cool about Magic Leap again is really showing all the different technologies that they've got going on. We really are going right now into the augmented reality glasses. This is kind of what they are displaying and showing, the Magic Leap glasses. Now, a couple of years ago, I had a set of the Magic Leap that had a little computer display screen inside, and you're able to see through a little square, check your messages, maps, and things like that, pictures, take video. Now they've come a long way in regards to the technology of what it could do now being able to have a full computer immersive experience. I mean, here you're seeing this gentleman using a augmented reality. They don't have a display screen, but you can see that he is definitely being able to touch whatever is showing on his screen. So very, very cool looking glasses. I do like the thin of it. Better than the Google Glass experience, so that's really, really neat when it comes to that. And then here's another user wearing them as well. That person seems to be using a controller. I'm assuming it's some kind of source controller as well. So the device, we're going to actually cut over here, take a quick look, and magically they're actually out of Sunnyvale. They're out in the Bay Area, so we're just kind of looking at their devices and seeing how that works as well. So trying to see if we can, let me switch over here so we can get a quick view.
Alright, so you see a white panel here and a box with an arrow. So what I want you to see and get out of this demo is to show you how we're able to lock digital content onto a real world object, a physical model. And that's the first step. The second step is you're stepping through this, you're going to see some different features about how we're able to make the AR content worthwhile. So there's a white square with an arrow over here. With your whole hand, reach out and push that, lean forward and push it. It'll turn blue. Once you do that, you start to see the content. So using that same step, you can step through.
Okay, so we were just kind of going through a little bit of that on there. So now for you gamers, we're actually going to take you over to some gaming experiences here. This is a arcade VR. Now you're going to see this more in arcade stations, arcade gaming stores and things like that. So these virtual arcades are now allowing you to really have a better experience of playing VR games just like we do right now in our current Oculus. But now, again, when you're going to actual arcade facilities on doing that. Now, let me kind of take you over right now what the military is working on. The military is working in their own metaverse, and they're also doing 3D expired digital items. So I know that doesn't look 3D to you right now, but when we look through those 3D glasses, very 1980s, you get a full 3D experience on that. So these items, believe it or not, are actually made for military grade items. We were looking at this whole section here is very immersive, but again, more on the government side of things because they're trying to cater to different types of genres and different types of that. Now check this out. This C Infinity is actually a chair motion environment. So you can move your hands on these devices like controllers, and you can also move your feet. So one of the things that they're going to do is they're going to put on a Oculus Pro headset on this person. And then what they're going to do is you'll notice that they're going to raise him up. When he's working on this device, when he's actually gaming in the device, you're going to see his motion tracked in the actual system. Now we have that tracking already in the Oculus world in the Meta and Oculus Pro. But one of the cool things about it is how immersive it is. So they're just kind of teaching him how to use the controls. So this is something that CE Infinity is actually working on in regards to that. So they're just getting them prepped and ready. And then what they're gonna do is they're actually going to take, let me move over, a lot of people walking by. So you can see how his motions are now being moved by his head. His motion, where he's doing the motions there, you can see all of that. So every time there's motion, he's got his also controllers going on as well as that. So right now he's just going through looking at vehicles on the screen, but every motion is being tracked by this device on that computer right there. So I'm just going to move over a little bit more. Now one of the things I was hoping them to show is when he starts moving his feet, how that also tracks as well. So we'll see if we can do that. Okay, it looks like he's already done there, so we're gonna move on. All right. So let's take another loop over here. We're still in Metaverse Square here at CES 2023 Las Vegas. And as you can see, every type of Metaverse style categories right here. So I was trying to squeeze through. One of the weirdest things that I have noticed is every maker, whether it's Walmart, whether it's Sony, whether it's Kentwood, whether it's Meta, whether it's Microsoft, everybody's pushing going off the grid with these devices. You guys have seen them before. You've gone camping, you got your solar panels, but everybody's pushing these new hardware for your charging station. What's new about it is solid state batteries. They last longer, they charge longer, they give you a better lasting experience. So everybody's making those. So you're seeing a lot of those. You probably see those more and more as spring and summer come along. You'll see a lot of companies making those as well. So we're gonna keep moving down the way here. And there's as you can see, they have now miniature pinballs, 3D home use miniature pinballs. So these are the things that you can now have at home, just like you have an arcade at home. Now you can have a pinball at home for those dads that, you know, want to go back to the 80s nostalgia of the pinball gaming. So you can have those with legs, and you can have the tabletop ones. Look at these. This is a very digital looking pinball. And I know for us dads, we're like, well, we like the old school, but look, it is very realistic, and it's a digital screen. So it's just looks like a 22-inch LCD display with it, very classic style pinball. So that is made by 3D pinball machines. So that's a make on those. So okay, now we're gonna cross over here. Let me make a quick cruise over, and we're gonna go see what they're doing in Hollow World. Now, Hollow World is a metaverse, and they are working to really give you that playing different HoloLands, as they call it. Now, here on that, you can see this person's got like the hollow face. Here, let me move over to the screen so you can kind of see a little bit. And you can see like this gentleman here, where he's talking to somebody, that he is being tracked. Even without his helmet, he's being tracked. So you see he's curving over. This is over a Hollow World metaverse. You know, and again, these are different HoloLens that they're going to be doing that. So you can check them out online as well. So we're about to get over to the big makers, the Microsofts and the Nvidias and things like that. So we're just going to keep doing a little walkthrough right here. We got Matrix right here. Matrix has always, you know, come up with some cute and very colorful things, very catering to the young people in the very MAGA kind of world on that. So Matrix has a lot of cool things here as well, and then you can see they have their own games and things like that. It just makes it fun for that generation and that experience. So, all right, let's head over through this Angelens. Angelens has always been really cool as well. They've kind of come out with their own augmented reality, so it's really, really neat what they are coming out with in the world of technology. Let me switch over here and see what kind of VR devices they're using. So, and then I'm going to give a full review, by the way, on my Metaverse Metalore channel, so youtube.com/Metalore. We're going to be doing a full review on all of these devices. Here's some new keyboards that they are coming out with. The name of the company is called FL Esports and FL CMAX. So those are other ones that we are going to actually check out. Let me take a look at some of these here. So we've got the mechanical keyboard action going on there as well. And then we've got over here, we've got another type of also mechanical keyboards. As you can see, all of these keyboards are customizable. You can see every single one of these. You can put LED lighting, your gaming style, your RGB effects, you know, wired Bluetooth and things like that. So very, very cool to look at that. So we'll be looking at those as well. So let's head over to Microsoft. I know you guys, you know, have Microsoft products at home, so we're going to be heading over to their Microsoft area. They are really looking and pushing right now a lot of computer and computer style gaming. All of these computers are gaming computers for that technology. Now, how does that, you know, interact with VR? well, very close, because all of these machines are VR ready. They can do VR style games, 3D style games, animated games, and have the power and throughput that it needs. And in here, as you can see, we're looking at the new style of laptops. A lot of these you already see, that you've already seen places like Best Buy and all of that, but you're also going to see that they are really pushing again on the new, really fast, GeForce style gaming computers as well. So I'm gonna flip back over here. We're gonna actually head back over to the front for a minute, and then we're gonna have one more place to look at on here, and then I gotta roll to a panel on Metaverse technology. So we're just gonna do one more cruise on this side. I'm gonna give you guys a little shot of how it's rolling. And yes, a lot of people. Now this is one of many halls, of many categories of technology here. So this expo really is once a year, and if you ever get to make it, you would not be disappointed. You definitely would not be disappointed. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for you guys, because this will be a lot of fun. So okay, check this out. This is gonna take me maybe probably like 3 or 4 minutes if I walk fast. But there's a section that I really want to show you. Let me try to cut through. So bear with me, and I'll just keep the camera showing you some of the cool technology. But I'm going to take a back hallway, because I really want to show you this one section. So let me cut over. I'm going to cut all the way back in this hallway. Now, for those of you that are just joining us today, we are over at CES 2023 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a 3 to 4 day show. We've got the basically Consumer Electronics Expo here. Every brand, every company you can think of is here. You name it. It is the coolest show around. Now, I'm going to try to sneak over, because I really want to show you guys this one cool area. We were really just pushing the Metaverse stuff, but I think it would be fun for you guys to see this. Okay, check this out. This will blow your mind. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, showing her the M. Shyamalan experience that they have here. But you also get to see, this area we're going into is actually more on the appliances, televisions, home electronics, etc. Canon is here, billboards here, so on. Lottie is here. But okay, so let's take you guys over here. You're really gonna like this. Now, one of the cool things about this area that I really wanted to show you, this is why I came this way. Lottie, I call it Lottie, but it's Lot. Lot is Korean, and they are in everything. Think of it like Disney. If Disney bought hospitals, stores, your internet, Lottie is in everything. And I have nothing bad to say about them, except they control the entire Korean environment on everything you do. If it has an electric cable to it, they control it. Now, that's probably good and bad. They created their own Caliverse. This is a Korean metaverse. But you can see their display alone is ridiculously crazy. It has got so much. They got the new 3D displays. They really are interactive on everything you do. You have an app that basically tells you when you eat, when you sleep, when you move, when you play, when you walk, when you exercise, when you go to work. And they do so much. So it's but let me tell you, okay, so here we go. This is where I was going to take you to. All right, so this is the Canon M. Shyamalan Knock at the Cabin immersive movie experience. So we're just going to kind of take a quick walkthrough right here. Now there's a line just to get in. So I'm not going to get in there right now, but you are going to walk into this cabin and have a very immersive style experience on that. So it's very, very cool, very neat. I love how they set up, the fake trees, very Hollywood. There is the line just to get in. Let's do a quick walkthrough by the line, and then we'll see how everybody is doing. So this is excited just to see that. And then I'm gonna flip over one more time over here. And this here is, again, everybody's been raving about how cool it looks, how creepy it is. Your typical M. Shyamalan style, scary experience, yet what did I just watch, what did I just witness style of things. So this is why I wanted to take you guys over here. Now we are not in the Metaverse Square anymore. We're more in the home electronics, but this is something to show you the camera. It's by Canon, by the way. Canon's the one sponsoring that. How everything is put together. This is actually showing you what kind of cameras they're using in that room. It's also showing you their storyboarding and things like that. How you can do everything with Canon in regards to having a full movie experience. Now, the sound you're hearing over here, this is Panasonic, this is Bose, and Securitas and all of those items. So this is also another Hisense. As I stated, we are going into the electronics section of home electronics. And this is another video for another day, but really, really cool things here. I gotta run over to a class really quick, so I will be going live stream again later. And then, yeah, don't forget, add the channels, youtube.com/Metalore, L-O-R-E, and then I'll have a full detailed experience on that as well. All right, guys, I will chat with you on the next one.
Oh, yeah?